welcome to this version of the podcast. I'm Robin Meade. Thank you so much. Okay, in today's podcast, we're going to take you behind the scenes of a shuttle launch. Not the stuff you see on TV, the stuff the reporters see behind the scenes.
We need Robin to come down and do one of these.
We really do need Robin.
I think so. She would add a touch of class to this operation.
Also, I've never been ATVing, but you're going to experience it firsthand with me. Woo! And then I'm going to show you what we didn't want to show you, but we ended up showing you on the air. Okay? Has to do with a rat in a toilet. Really.
That's a big rat. That rat wouldn't even fit up the toilet, if you know what I'm saying.
Alrighty, but first, you think that you would deserve some maybe water and food and, oh, I don't know, a bathroom break if you get stuck on a tarmac in a plane? Well, apparently not. A New York appeals court struck down basically a passenger bill of rights saying, only the feds can do that. I tell you what, it really burns my cookie as a flyer, and I know that you're a flyer too. A federal court overturned the New York state law yesterday. Now, it had required airlines to provide food, water, clean toilets, and fresh air to passengers on delayed planes, you know, when you're stuck out there on the tarmac, for more than 3 hours.
Basically, passengers' rights were just decapitated in New York, which is one of the busiest places you can fly.
A group representing leading U.S. airlines challenged that law. You know, I thought, who better to ask about this story than our own camera people who travel around all the time, and we're really disgruntled to hear about the passenger bill of rights, right? You were sitting there. This is Rich.
Well, it seems funny that they would come up with this verdict considering how much people have to fly. And to be locked in a plane for 8 hours, it's false imprisonment. You should see me on a plane when I do get stuck. Yeah. And if I'm not in that first class seat, I'm really PO'd.
Wait a minute. How do you guys get first class seats?
Platinum flyers.
You guys get first class seats?
Usually. You don't pay for it.
So my little tips right now to protect yourself, in my opinion, I don't think you should ever get on the plane without some bottled water, maybe a couple saltines in case your blood sugar level stops to drop if you get stuck on the tarmac. And don't forget to visit the bathroom before you get on the plane, because no one else is going to help you, apparently. You know the little thing about taking bottled water on the plane? Drives my husband crazy because I stop and I buy it, overpriced at the airport. But the one day we get stuck at the tarmac, he's going to be so glad that I'm his wife. Not a lot of people can say that they've been behind the scenes of NASA during a shuttle launch, but now you can say that you have. Photographer Rick Blackburn and reporter John Zarella were kind enough to take us on a behind-the-scenes tour. They're going to show you right now everything that they have to do to get ready for a launch, to giving you a front row seat to the launch. So hang on.
Hey Robin, missed doing the podcast with you this week, but we're going to show you a little behind the scenes here down at the space shuttle. 1:15 in the morning, the shuttle's supposed to leave here in about an hour. So come on with me. There's John Zarella, Robin Meade. John Zarella.
Robin, how are you? I loved it when you had me on the set with you that time. I'm going to put on some makeup. You don't need makeup, but I do.
Now, here we are in our Winnebago, but I'm going to take you outside the Winnebago and show you our set high atop this building here.
Getting ready?
Victor. Yep.
We need Robin to come down and do one of these.
We really do need Robin.
I think
down
so.
here.
I think so. She would add a touch of class to this operation. God knows it needs it.
Boy, I'm telling you. About 2:20 in the morning. T-minus 30 seconds. Here we go.
Listen to NASA commentary now. Under 30 seconds now.
Robin, that's a backstage look at the shuttle launch down here in, are we in Cape Canaveral, Florida? Anyway, this is about, 2 o'clock in the morning, about time for you to get up and go to work. See you next time. Missed you on the podcast this week.
By the way, the reporter that you just watched, John Zarella, covered the Challenger disaster. This is a picture in one of our hallways at CNN, and he's covered a lot of other shuttle missions since then. So you were getting your behind-the-scenes tour from a couple of pros. By the way, Endeavour just recently got back from a mission where they did a record number of spacewalks and installed a room on the Space Lab. We are in the headline news control room now, by the way. They're getting ready to do a little news cut in. Did you hear the story that Ford is selling off Jaguar? They're selling it to a company, an Indian company, with a name that just tickled our team today. Let me show you.
Yeah, it's an Indian company named Tata. You know, I think a lot of Americans don't really know this company. The latest headline on it has been that it's got plans to make the world's cheapest car for about $2,500.
You know, we're just saying, tell me they're not going to change the name of Jaguar to Tata.
I don't think so. I think that's not likely. Everybody knows and loves that name. Plus, you know, what would you change the little icon on the front of the car to?
Don't want to think about it. Thank you. You know, I want you to know that even on our quackiest stories, we are always looking out for you. Take the story of a woman who claims there was a rat in her toilet. Well, the producers were very careful about not being misleading with a piece of video that we got from that affiliate. But one of the pieces of video was so concocted that it was funny, and I had to share.
Whoever covered this locally felt it wasn't freaky enough. They actually superimposed a picture of a rat.
Oh, no, they had it coming out, too.
They had it coming out. Oh. That's a big rat. That rat wouldn't even fit up the toilet, if you know what I'm saying.
It's not even sweeps anymore, right?
Yeah, she can't sleep at night. She can't get an exterminator. Apparently, they're all booked, but if they saw the size of that rat, they'd be there.
Wow.
So basically, sometimes it is funnier to lift the curtain and let you see why we didn't want to run a piece of video than not to run it. Let you in on the party.
All right, Saturday morning, and I thought I'd take you guys ATV in. I've never personally been, but we'll find out the ins and outs of safety riding. I know there's a lot of concern about kids on ATVs, recent studies, so we'll find out how it is that you stay safe. Okay, the concern I always have about my head is I have a big head, physically a big head. So I asked her to pull the man's helmet.
Well, the number one thing is better protective equipment, which is your chest protector and your helmets.
Okay, that's what chest
you're
protector.
Wearing in your helmet. They're better today than they've ever been in the past.
Okay.
And secondly, they got a better braking system than they've had in the past.
Okay.
And those two things, and the number one thing is using good common sense, which is educating people how to ride.
Am I educated enough?
I hope you are. We're going to know in a few minutes if you're educated. If you're not, we'll be out there to pick you up.
Wait till you see my face. Look at all the clay. Pretty, but look at Tim. He has it too. So if you did any serious riding, you're going to have that on your face. So what I decided was, I think this would be great for Bob and Rafer and our team and producers to come out. Really, it's what I was doing today, kind of test driving, kind of homework. I got to go watch off that Georgia clay. See ya.
Back in the studio now. The battle over the studio temperature still rages here. Ever since we had a tornado here that knocked out a few windows, it's been messing with the thermostat. This fella, Adam, say hi. Adam is hot. I don't mean that hot. I mean hot all the time. Of course you're hot too. Yeah. But you're hot too. Yeah. So he and I battle because I'm cold all the time. What do you always say to me? Exercise, woman.
Yeah, that would help. And normal temperature.
I do exercise. Anyway, let me show you what happened on the air. Because normally if you're cold, you put on a jacket. Not so easy when you're on the air, okay? It's freezing in here. I'm Robin Meade. My jacket? Too loud. Now this is surely gonna start rumors, but I'm wearing Bob's jacket. Too big, too obvious.
So cold. I felt so bad for you.
A heater under the desk. Just right. All right, you know what? Thank you so much for joining us for the podcast. Now that you know all the little battles that happen here in the studio, I'm going to let you go. You tune in tomorrow morning, and you'll see the on-air product, and then the next podcast, I'll tell you the stories behind the stories.